Hey everybody, how you doing? This is episode 99 of Dan's Expert Tips for authors, publishers, and speakers that want to make some money. I'm Dan Blanchard, the best-selling and award-winning author, speaker, and educator, as well as the Connecticut president of the Association of Publishers for Special Sales and the host of Mindalia TV. Today I want to talk to you about rapid-fire book production. Okay, here's the deal. Times have changed. The whole old days of putting out one book a year is no longer good enough. And I know I've done that a bunch for a long time. I put out one book a year, something like that. And it's not good enough anymore. You know, times have changed. You got to put out books more rapidly, right? You got to rapid fire that book production, right? So here's the thing. You got to always be filling the bucket, which means you need to be writing every single day to be refilling that bucket for whatever you pour out of that bucket, right? And whatever content you already have done, especially in other avenues, you got to figure out how can you repurpose it. Can you take your blog that you've been writing also? Can you take that and turn that into a book, right? Would that be an easy book then? Copy, paste, clean it up, right? Structure it, all that stuff, right? Can you take your speeches? Can you have them like audio taped and videotaped even better? Because if you videotape them and then send them out to like a transcriber, they can see who's speaking. All right, and have that transcribed, and then that's sent back to you, and then you clean it up, you structure it, you add to it, you elaborate, and you get yourself a book right there off of your speeches. How about interviews you do? Can you do the same thing with interviews? Can you bring in co-authors to share the workload, right, and to pop out some books quicker? Ebooks are really cool. It's a great way to rapid fire, because they don't have to be as long as traditional books. I mean, they can be, and you probably should have a couple that are, but, you know, a lot of them don't have to be. You have shorter books. Book series. That's awesome. Book series gives you like a game plan, right? And it's just easier to pop out books when they're in a series. You already get like a path. And it makes it easier for book cover creation and design and production as well, too, because you just kind of use the same book cover and just tweak the book cover so it's faster for rapid fire. I remember I was talking to a buddy of mine, Jeff Davis, who's over like in Denmark, and we had a cup of coffee here in Connecticut, USA, and he was telling me, showing me this book he had, a manuscript he had. It was like 450 pages, and I'm like, Jeff, what are you doing, man? Break that up into a book series of 3 books for 150 pages each. You could have a book going out like every year for the next 3 years, and then whatever else you're working on. I said, if you put this out, 450 pages, people don't read books that big anymore, for one. And 2, you won't have another book for like another 3 years. And that's too much. You got to have rapid fire book production. A book a year is the least you could do. You could actually do more than that. All right, that's what it is, okay? So a series is a good way to do that. All right, you can also work out for templates. Templates make it easier and quicker for you to rapid fire your books. You can outsource stuff that takes you a long time to do. You don't like doing like book cover design or formatting or whatever it is. Go to Fiverr, and there's a few others you can outsource. You can pay a researcher. You know, a researcher would be a lot cheaper than a ghostwriter. Pay a researcher to get your main research done, and then from there you can just pop it out from there, right? Some people do ghostwriters too. Tell them pop out books. I don't use ghostwriters, but I'm not going to say anything bad about them, because for some people they're good, but I just don't use them. But they're good for some people to pop out books, right? But I don't know. I like to be in control of all my own stuff, have all my own stuff. You know what I'm saying? Okay, editing. You want to do as good as you can on the editing, right? I don't even know if that's proper pronunciation or not. I mean grammar, but whatever. You get this thing called Grammarly, where it checks your grammar and you make it as good as possible, the best you could do before you send it off to your editor. This way your editor can do it quicker. All right, there's a quicker turnaround with your editor when they got something that's already pretty good. All right, and speaking of your editor, when your editor has your book and is working on your manuscript, don't just sit there like idle time. Simultaneously be working on the next book in that series or whatever it is, right? So there is no downtime. You always got the production machine going, all right? And think about different formats. If you already get some books out, you know, it wouldn't be too hard to turn those books into ebooks. Now that's another book. Turn it into an audiobook after that. Use a workbook after that if it's appropriate. I mean, you're going to have a lot of different books out there. I mean, it's very, very important to have a deep catalog of books. It gives you lots and lots of places for people to find you. And when they find you, then it's so easy for them to go to your next book. And that's what you want. Like, that's a good thing, all right? You always want to have another book in your firing chamber so that you can rapid fire your books and have people find you easier, go to your next book easier, and for you to build your business and sell more books. It's a good thing. It's a very good thing, all right? And if you're a speaker and a publisher, obviously these fit for you too, all right? They fit for you very well, not just authors, all right? But listen, if you're a publisher, you should also be an author. If you're a speaker, you should also be an author, right? If you're an online marketer, you should also be an author, all right? Anyways, I hope this episode 99 of Rapid Fire Book Production was helpful. I'll be back real soon with episode 100. But in the meantime, be sure to check me out at danblanchard.net, granddaddySecrets.com, and I'll catch up with you real soon. Take care now.